Hey, what's up there, 20904? It's day 8. So I wasn't planning on actually recording this, but as I got into it, I started thinking to myself, you know, somebody else might run into this problem like I did. I knew how to handle it because I've dealt with automobiles, you know, for the past 30, 40 years. But when I bought this van, this was actually mounted up here, but it was barely hanging on. And when I took the screws out, all these little white inserts right here were busted and broken, and they ended up pushing through. So what I did was I went to Lowe's, and some things I go to Lowe's for, other things I go to Home Depot for. But one good thing about Lowe's is they're very good in their hardware section. They have a lot of specialty items. So if you go over to the automotive section, you can find these little plastic inserts. There was actually a square cutout here, and these actually pop in, and you can screw a screw into them. So I was able to put these back in to mount this back up here. But the other weird thing was when I bought it from the dealership, obviously these were in there, but these two white license plate mounts were not there. And I don't know if you can see her, and I'm going to hold it real close. There's all these little indentions for a license plate, but none of them were drilled out, and there was no way to put a screw in there. I ended up having to tape the license plate to the window up here, and I've been riding around for, you know, the past week or so with that. And I was at Lowe's today to get my flooring, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to address this because it needs to be fixed. So these two mounts right here, obviously you can see, or maybe you can't, but they're slightly bigger than these. And I bought these because the square holes were already there, and this would mount on there. Sorry, my dog. So anyways, I ended up having to drill these out. I drilled a 3/8 inch hole. I actually used what they call a step drill, or so it starts out, and you can, every time it goes into a notch, it goes a little bit bigger, which is nice because it keeps, especially on something that's plastic, when you're drilling, sometimes the drill bit will catch and like pull itself through without completely finishing the hole. And I took this off because obviously, you know, it could have easily gone into the metal, but I drilled out basically 3/8 inch hole, put these inserts in so I can put the license plate back on there. And when I was almost done with it, I actually had everything on there and the license plate. I thought, you know what, somebody else may run into the same thing. So anyways, we'll go ahead and mount this now so you can see. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. This thing's got 4 bolts that go onto it. Before I bolt it on, just to make it easier, I'm actually going to put the license plate on here first. Okay, that's pretty much it. I mean, it was really pretty easy, and I didn't even think that, you know, making a video on this was really that important. But then when I got done with it, I thought, you know what, you know, I've been dealing with this kind of stuff for 30 years, and it seems really easy to me, but somebody else might run into the same problem if they bought a van, and this factory plate back here wasn't already drilled out, you know, for their license plate. I'm sure it was probably it's only got about 8,000 miles on it, so I'm sure it was probably a rental, and, you know, maybe they had some other way attaching the license plate to it, but I don't know how they did it. Anyways, that's it